Hi, welcome everyone. Good evening, good afternoon, whatever time it is. Thank you for being here. In just a moment, we're going to be sharing a little impact video about the Live Your Dream Awards before we kick off with an icebreaker, and then we'll get into our planned content for the evening. Thanks so much for being here.
My name is Judy Miller, and I'm a retired pharmacist. I belong to Seroptimus of Olympia and joined in 2003. I have been the Live Your Dream Award Chair since 2012. I most enjoy seeing these women complete their education and move into society. Many of them have told us it's just not the money that helps them, but the confidence that they receive being supported by a group of women. I do follow up with the winners, and we have had a very high rate of college completion.
Hi, my name is Liz Zion, a member of Seroptimus International of Glendale of the Camino Real region in Southern California. During my 17 years as a Seroptimist, I have served in many roles, both at the club and region level, including club president, club Live Your Dream Chair, and region Live Your Dream Chair. First and foremost for me, I truly value the way these awards affect the women and their families in a personal way. The women who receive the award are always excited and pleased about how the award is going to help them continue their education. But the phrase I've heard from awardees, often through tears, is, "Thank you for seeing me." This is huge. Too often people, including some Seroptimists, only see what I do as a Live Your Dream Chair as an admirable gesture of kindness, compassion, and/or charity. What they fail to see are the women themselves with their fears and struggles and their determination and courage to overcome immense hardships and to safeguard their children. This is not just an award to be given to deserving women every year, but an acknowledgement that they are not invisible.
Well, I don't know about you, but that got me excited for tonight. Hi, for those who may not know me, who haven't been to our previous webinars, my name is Jackie Schrager, and I'm the program director here at SIA. Tonight's webinar will not be interpreted as the application portal is currently only available in the US and Canada. So if you're outside of those regions, of course you are welcome to stay, but what you hear may not be very applicable to you. I also want to note that throughout the call, we will be dropping some links in the chat for your reference, as well as in the resources tab that you might see at the bottom. They'll be the same information, so feel free to access that however works best for you. So we'll be getting started with our content shortly, but I wanted to get started with some polls and icebreakers so we can get to know each other a little better. So please indicate in the poll that'll be popping up shortly what your role is with your club. Are you a new club chair, returning club chair, president, or just a really interested member who's here to learn more? I love seeing these numbers go up and down. We'll give that about 5 more seconds for you to get your answers in, just so we can see who's in the room today. Okay, so as you can see, we've got about 22% are that new club chair, 34% are returning club chairs, welcome back. 18% are club presidents, and 26% are interested members. Well, I hope that everyone, regardless of your role, that you learned something here tonight that makes it a little bit easier for you to be an advocate for the Live Your Dream Awards in your community. So next, I'd like to ask folks to answer in the chat. What's your favorite part of the Live Your Dream Awards, or how has it impacted you? Make sure your chat is set to everyone so we can all see your great answers. As a staff member, I'm very privileged to get to read the stories of a lot of our past award recipients. And that's one of my favorite parts of the award, is seeing how far these women get to go. Okay, I'm seeing Gina said the impact it has on their lives. So rewarding to see these needful women in our community be helped by Sue. The inspiring women's stories and how these help them. Valerie, I very much agree. Linda, seeing young women complete their education. Mary, getting to know awardees over dinner and celebration. Yes. Christy, meeting the women and talking with them about their dreams. The moving stories and the impact that they have on our lives. I think that's Governor-elect of Sierra Nevada region. I can't read your full name there. Yes, so I think it's all that connection that we get to have with the awardees, right? We get to hear their stories. We get to connect with them, maybe see where they get to go, potentially even get to know their families. You know, there's really a lot of ways to see that impact continue in your community. And I think that's why we're all Seroptimists. We want to help our communities. Yeah. All right, well, we could read these all night and I would love to, but we do want to move on with our training content. So thank you so much for sharing. And be sure, if you have any questions along the way, that you use the Q&A box for those questions. We'll get started in just a moment. Welcome to our webinar. We're so excited to go over the current Live Your Dream Awards application portal system with you today. As a reminder, this is just available in the US and Canada for now. And if you're watching this replay in the future, this is how the portal is operating in the 2023-2024 club year. It may change in the future based on user feedback. I'd like to start by introducing you to our program team from Seroptimist International of the Americas. We have Aisha D. Brown, our Chief Impact and Engagement Officer, myself, Jackie Schrager, the Program Director, Abina Abouage, our Program Coordinator, and our Program Specialist is Sarah Detweiler. The Live Your Dream Awards program has been a fixture of SIA's impact since 1972, so we have over 50 years of investing in women's education through this program. Approximately 41,000 women have received $41 million in funding to help them live their dreams. Investing in women's education not only uplifts them, but also their families and their communities. So what is the application portal system? The application portal is hosted on a platform called SurveyMonkey Apply, and it is a place for applicants to match with clubs and submit their applications digitally. For our clubs, you will be able to see and log in to see all your applications in one place, confirm their eligibility, save your applications, and submit your decisions for each application all in one spot. Clubs also can access pre-written emails to communicate with applicants and request edits to their applications. Every year, between our applicants, club chairs, region chairs, and references, our team of 3 program staff supports approximately 10,000 portal users.
It's also a big plus to receive notification by email that a new application has arrived in your portal. All the applications are in one place, and you have the opportunity to review them and then save them to a folder you create on your personal computer. It's also a
Our application portal opens August 1st for applicants, but our club chairs will receive an invitation in July to sign up for your portal account. Each year, we clear all of the accounts and set up new accounts for all club chairs. Please use the email invitation that you've received to create your account and set up a password. Otherwise, you'll be registering as an applicant instead of as a reviewer. Please do make a note of your password. If you forget, you can reset it, but with too many failed login attempts, you will be locked out temporarily from your account. If you have an account from past years, it may tell you that your email account was previously registered, so please log in with your previous password. If you don't remember it, you can just reset it by clicking Reset Password. If your club roster does not list a Live Your Dream Awards club chair, the club president will be defaulted to as the club chair. For confidentiality purposes, only one person per club can access the club's portal account at one time, but we can change your club chair as often as you need us to. To be designated as your club's chair, you can ask your club president to update the roster on our website. You also can email us at lydawards@seroptimus.org to let us know about the new club chair. If you email us, we can make the updates a bit more quickly. Otherwise, we make the updates based on the club rosters about once a week. This is a manual process that we complete during Eastern Time business hours, so we always appreciate your patience if we can't get to it immediately. The first time you log into the portal, you must use the email that you received to sign up for your portal account. If you register for your account any other way, it will sign you up for an applicant account. If this happens, don't worry. Please just go back to that invitation email and join that way. If it still looks like you have an applicant account when you log in, please let us know and we can update it. That invitation email will come from the sender Live Your Dream Awards, and the subject line will be invitation to join the Live Your Dream Awards application portal. If you do not receive it, please check your spam and junk folders. But if you still don't see it there, please let us know via email. We always recommend adding us to your contacts just in case. Don't forget to log on or register through your account using that green Join Now button in the email. So once you have logged in, you'll be able to see all of your submitted applications. You can return to your review dashboard at any time by clicking Review Dashboard in the top right portion of your page. Please note that most chairs will not see anything for a few weeks because you can only see completed submitted applications, not in progress applications. You can begin reviewing the submitted applications as soon as you have them, but we do not recommend making your club's final decisions until after the November 15th deadline, as your club may receive or be offered additional applications after that deadline. So each application in the portal will move through 3 stages: confidentiality agreement, confirm application eligibility, and indicate your club's decision. It's important to note that you can have different applications at any stage of the process in your portal. A recently submitted application might be under confidentiality agreement, while another application that you've already vetted may be under indicate your club's decision. Each application moves through these stages individually based on how you navigate it through the portal. The stage will only be visible on your dashboard if you have any applications in that stage. So our confidentiality agreement stage is new. This is an important step in order to keep sensitive information about our applicants safe, and we all care very deeply about women's safety. A recent change to our process is that club chairs will no longer have to sign the confidentiality agreement separately before being able to create their account. Instead, all submitted applications will start in your confidentiality agreement stage. So you will click Start for this stage. You will only be able to see their name until you click Yes and agree to keep that application confidential. So click Start next to the applicant's name. If you don't feel you can keep confidentiality for any reason, please let us know and we will reassign the application to a different club. The text here has not changed from last year for the agreement. Click Yes, then mark as complete. And then once again, you will click Yes again to confirm that you are keeping this confidential. Then you will click Return to Assignments to continue. To continue with this specific application, you'll click Review Dashboard and you will find the application waiting in the next stage for you. Confirm application eligibility. You'll repeat this process for each submitted application you receive. When you open the application in the Confirm Application Eligibility stage, you will be able to view the full application. So here you will click Start, and then on the next page, you will select an application and click Start next to that woman. To view the application on the next page, you will click on the Application tab on the left side of the screen. You can view the application in this window, or you can click on the Download icon to download a PDF if you prefer to view the application as a PDF file, or you can print the application from there to view the hard copy. This will give you a pop-up box. We recommend you leave all settings the same except for the file name. Changing the file name to applicant name will put the applicant's name in each file title and make it easier to identify which application belongs to which woman. Click that green download button. The screen will take a moment to prepare. And then when it is available for download and you've clicked that green download button, it will start downloading in your browser. From there, you will go to where you can access downloaded files on your computer. You will now be able to open the application as a PDF file, and you can print that if that's your viewing preference. Please note that SIA staff cannot control the formatting of these pages when they download from the portal, and most of these applications are 14 to 15 pages long. If you need to revisit these instructions in the future, you can watch our video called Saving Your Applications on our YouTube playlist at any time. So once you've finished reviewing the application, there are 3 ways that you can mark that application: ineligible, incomplete, or complete and ready for judging. If the application is ineligible, please select ineligible according to requirements. Please select why the application is ineligible. This is helpful information. Applicants will often reach out to us for more info about why they were ineligible. If this is indicated on the application portal for us, we're better able to assist them if they have questions. You will click Save and Continue. This will send an email to the applicant to notify them why they were not chosen for the Live Your Dream Award. Please don't forget to download and save a copy of the application for best record-keeping practices. All clubs should keep a copy of any applications that they received and reviewed for at least 1 year. It's also helpful if the applicant reaches out again to you in the future. Don't forget, once you click Mark as Complete, you will no longer be able to see this application in your portal, since it was marked as ineligible and will not continue forward in the judging process. Now, if you're not sure if an application is ineligible, please email us for assistance. We know that sometimes people fall into a gray area, and we can help you figure that out. You may come across an application that might appear ineligible at first, but it may just be due to an error.
You also have the opportunity to give applicants a chance to correct or resubmit information that you feel may have been an unintentional error. This is very useful because the applicant may not have fully understood the question when she first completed her application.
Marking an application as incomplete will send the application back to the applicant for her to update. Now, why would you want to mark an application as incomplete? They may have written conflicting information because they made a typo, or their budget may leave you with some questions, like perhaps they didn't list any tuition expenses while being in school full-time, but also didn't list any scholarships or income in that area. That's something you might want to mark it incomplete for. So you would select incomplete. I'd like to follow up with her for more information. Please then write a clarifying note about what information you need and send it back to the applicant. You will click Save and Continue to finish that step. If you mark the application as incomplete, you can write that note to clarify what you need from her and send it to the applicant. We recommend saving the applicant's name and information because once you click Mark as complete, it will disappear from your dashboard until the applicant resubmits the application. Having her contact info can be helpful in case you would like to follow up with her or remind her to resubmit. It's important to note the application is not lost or gone. It's just not viewable to you anymore because it is open for her to edit. You will also receive an email with this information, but it's helpful to have the whole application. So now we have a quote from Deb Freeman of SI North San Mateo County. If you need to send an application back for further clarification or correction to the applicant, I recommend contacting them directly before you send it back to tell them why you are doing this and what needs to be changed. If you only use the portal to send it back, sometimes the applicant may not check email. This could jeopardize missing the application deadline, and they could feel discouraged and not resubmit their application. So once the applicant has resubmitted their application with the changes you requested, you'll receive an email notifying you that they've resubmitted. You will please log into your portal account. The application will then be in your Confirm Application Eligibility stage. So click View, find their application and click View. Then review their application by clicking on the Application tab to the left. Scroll down after you've reviewed, and you will click Modify Review towards the bottom of your screen once you've made sure that everything is complete and eligible. So you've clicked Modify Review. On the next page, you will click Back, and now you can update your review and either indicate that this application is ineligible according to the requirements, or you can mark it complete and ready to judge, and that will move it forward to the next stage of your process. So once you've clicked complete and ready to judge and you've made that decision that you want to include this in your judging, you will click Save and Continue. You will be given a reminder to save your applications at this stage, and it's important to do so. Click Yes that you've downloaded and then mark as complete. Again, all clubs are required to keep a copy of any applications that your club reviewed. So be sure that you keep that application in your club files for at least 1 year. The application will then move to the Indicate Your Club's Decision stage. An automated email will be sent to the applicant, letting her know that her application was reviewed for completion and eligibility and that it is now ready to be judged. This is where you will indicate whether the applicant will receive an award after you've conducted your judging process. We strongly recommend that you do not indicate any decisions in the portal until after the November 15th deadline for applicants. You may receive applications up to that November 15th date, especially if you've requested updates from an applicant or if other clubs in your region wish to share additional applications. So to indicate your decision, click Start, and then click Start next to the applicant you want to review. When the application is in Indicate Your Club's Decision stage, you will be able to mark the application as a first place recipient, runner-up, or no award. There are automated emails that correspond with each selection, which you can choose to send to the applicant or not. If you select Yes to send an automated email, you will also receive a copy of that email for your records. So in Indicate Your Club's Decision, you will select Yes or No to the automated email, click Save and Continue. Next, you will click Yes that you've downloaded and saved your application, just another reminder for you. Then click Mark as Complete. Once you complete this step, your region chair will receive a copy of your top applications in the portal so that she can conduct region judging. Remember, it's important to save the applications before this stage because once you mark this as complete, the application will disappear from your application portal account view. Please complete this step for all applications in your portal so that all these women know their award status and are not left waiting. It's extremely unfair to not tell a woman her award status and can damage your club's local reputation. So remember, every application will move through all three of these stages individually. Confidentiality agreement, confirm application eligibility, and indicate your club's decision. So imagine that you were judging paper applications. You would have signed a confidentiality agreement, reviewed each application to be sure it is eligible, hosted all of your judging, notified the applicants about their decisions, and kept a copy of the application in your club files. The portal is just like that process. So the application portal closes for applicants on November 15th. Now what?
Hi, participants. Hold for a second while we fix some sound issues and some technical issues. We're going to see if we can make it a little bit clearer for you. Give us 1 second. Thank you so much for your grace and patience.
Thank you again for your patience while we work through this. When we previewed this earlier, there wasn't any blurriness, and I'm really sorry that that's happening. Please be assured this is being recorded. Also, we will send out screenshots of everything here, and a lot of this is also documented in our YouTube videos that are accessible in our YouTube account. So don't worry, you will get all the information you need. I also want to remind you, you are also free to email or call us anytime. Our email address is lydawards@seroptimus.org. Good to note, though, we are open Eastern business hours. I know we have a lot of clubs in California, but unfortunately, if you call at 5 p.m., unless it's a night like tonight, we will not be available. So we are always here to help you with this, and we just do apologize for the blurriness, but I'm sure we will get that fixed shortly. While Sarah gets us going, I'm going to answer just a few questions I'm seeing a lot in the chat. So is this being recorded? It is. It will be shared with you later. We are also going to make sure that that's posted on our YouTube and shared on all of our social media platforms. We have some questions about using external judges. Yes, you can use external judges. We recommend it very strongly. There's a separate confidentiality agreement for them that is in the Live Your Dream Awards Club Toolkit. It is also available on our website in the Live Your Dream Awards judging section. So we'll get that link for you in the chat shortly. So that will be available to you then as well. Anyone who is handling applications, and this is not new, this has been a Seroptimus policy for some time, anyone who's judging applications, whether that's members, external judges, all of those folks must sign a confidentiality agreement, and that must be kept in the club files for at least 1 year. So that's a really important step just to make sure that women's information is kept safe. That will be a paper copy or a PDF if you're comfortable with electronic files that your club needs to keep in your records. I believe Alyssa is ready for us to start sharing, so we will get back to it.
Yes, I'm just making sure that we're on the right slide. Thank you all so much for your patience. All right. Abina and Sarah, if you can hear me, I'm looking for a timestamp. Oh, I found it. Yay. Okay, here we go. Okay, we're going to pick up at the application portal deadline. Let us know in the comments if this looks any better. If not, then I'm going to try again. Let's try this again.
Need to panic that it closes for you. And the portal does close only to new or unsubmitted applications on November 15th at midnight your time zone. Clubs can still choose to accept paper or emailed PDF applications and select your own deadline for those. Applicants that have been asked to make updates to their application through the portal will still be able to resubmit after this deadline. It will only be closed to new applications or incomplete and never submitted applications. So, what do you do if you don't have any applications in the portal and it's November 16th? First, reach out to your Region Live Your Dream Award chair to see if there are other clubs in your region with extra applications that can be shared with you. Once you connect with that club, they can complete a quick form called the Club to Club Sharing Form to request that we move the application into your account. Please note that moving the application in your account is not an automatic process. So our team has to manually move them, so your patience is appreciated with that. If there are no clubs in your area with extra applications to share, please reach out to us at headquarters via email, and we will send you a form to complete called the Request for Additional Non-Local Applications. Each year, we receive hundreds of eligible, complete, and inspiring applications from women who are more than 70 miles from their nearest Seroptimus club, through no fault of their own. We do judge these applications at our headquarters, but with hundreds of applications to judge and only 60 women receiving an award this year at headquarters, they have a much better chance at receiving an award if they're reviewed at the club instead. We are a global organization, and your impact matters so much whether you give an award to a woman down the street or several states away from you. Now, you may be curious, what does the portal look like to an applicant? We have some updated help videos that will be shared in the chat that can take you through that. A common misconception that we would like to clear up is about the applicant club search match process. Women decide to match to a club through the club match process in their application. This is what that process looks like for an applicant. So first, they will enter and validate their email address that's associated with their application. Next, they will enter their zip code. And once they do that, a list of up to 10 clubs will appear in distance order from them, starting with the closest clubs appearing first. They can choose any club on that list to apply to. However, please note, SIA does not control the order in which these clubs appear in the list. It is just based on GPS distance from her zip code. You can even tell applicants to enter your club's mailing address zip code to ensure that your club appears first if you're working with some applicants and want to be sure that they match with your club. If a woman tells you she fully submitted her application but it's not appearing in your portal view, please reach out to us because she may have selected the wrong club from that list. That's an easy update we can make on the back end, and it does not mean her application is lost. We have another quote here from Deb Freeman. We have a workshop that we present. In this training, we go through the application process, we review the references they need to submit and the timeline, recommending that they submit their application at least 2 weeks prior to that cutoff date. We tell them that we'll do initial review of their application and send it back to them if we need clarification or correction. And by submitting 2 weeks prior to the cutoff date, they allow enough time for processing so they don't miss that date. So this sounds like a very obvious next step, but while we're talking about the applicant experience, I want to say please be sure to actually pay your award recipients. I know this sounds very obvious, but I say this because every year we have women who reach out to us at headquarters who either were never told that they were chosen for an award, or who were told but then never heard anything about the money, or who couldn't attend the awards ceremony and no one ever reached out to send her the funds later. I don't need to tell you that this is not the experience we want any woman to have in mind when she hears the word Seroptimist. So let's all work together to make sure it doesn't happen. Be sure that you contact her and confirm her contact information before mailing an award check or any materials. If a woman applies in August, but your club doesn't confirm her mailing address and then sends her a check in February, it could go to an apartment she no longer lives in. And that happened several times last year. If there is any turnover in your club leadership, like your Live Your Dream Award chair, club president, or club treasurer, please be sure that someone knows if recipients haven't been alerted to their award status or haven't been paid yet. And of course, remember that they must be given a cash award directly to the woman, unless she requests that you pay a third party on her behalf. Now, what's next? You just completed the Indicate Your Club's decision stage on the portal, and you've distributed the award funds to all your recipients. Now you have to report your impact to SAA via the online club reporting form, either by February 1st or February 15th, depending on if your region has district judging. Please note, this is a separate website outside of the application portal. It does not require a special login in order to fill out this form. We had a few club chairs who were confused this past year, as it was our first year using this form and they didn't complete this form. But if you want your club to get credit for all your hard work participating in the Live Your Dream Awards, we need you to complete this club reporting form. Here are some helpful tips for filling out the form. Before you start, make sure you have a copy of your club's top application saved to your computer so you can upload it to the form. The questions on the club reporting form haven't changed very much at all since the transmittal form that we used to use. You don't need to save a draft of this report unless you're planning to return and finish it later. If you're planning on completing the whole report and submitting it, please carry on until you reach the verification and signature stage. Once you've completed this, you will find a Review Answers button at the bottom. Please click on this to review your report and then click Submit at the bottom of the page. Once you click that, you will see a thank you page and you will receive a confirmation email with a copy of the report that you submitted. When this new form is submitted, we get a copy here at SAA and a copy is automatically sent to your region chair. Don't hesitate to reach out to us if you have any questions about this process. In the meantime, we will share some great resources in the chat that can help you. Every year, we make some changes based to the application portal and other resources based on user experience, and this year is no different. So whether you're a returning chair or a new chair, this is a great section to pay close attention to. So we've talked about this already, but a recent change to our process is that club chairs no longer have to separately sign the confidentiality agreement before you can create your account. Instead, all submitted complete applications will start in the confidentiality agreement stage. At this stage, you will only be able to see the applicant's name until you agree to keep her information confidential. Once you do so and submit, you can then read her application. You'll repeat this step for each application that you receive. We made this change because many club chairs had a difficult time accessing their accounts in prior years because of the requirement to sign that separate confidentiality agreement first. So it's our hope that this new application stage will streamline things and be helpful. Because of this new stage, we eliminated the previous save a copy of your application stage and combined that with the indicate your club's decision stage, as we reviewed earlier. So for all Live Your Dream Awards applications going forward, including PDF or paper applications, the second reference is now optional, but encouraged. So why did we make this change? On the portal every year, we see many women scrambling to get their second reference completed before the deadline after their original choice didn't respond. While we are still telling women that a second reference can make her application stronger, it is no longer a requirement. If a reference is having a hard time accessing the portal or the applicant indicates she hasn't heard from her reference, please have them email us for assistance. If you've ever served as your Live Your Dream Award Club chair or you've just helped review applications, you know that the budget section could be a confusing portion for our applicants. We used to request that they would list annual expenses and income because many bills or income sources like tuition, car insurance, scholarships, and student loans don't occur on a monthly basis. However, many applicants still listed their expenses and income as monthly anyway. Now on the portal and on the paper application, they will indicate if they are listing annual or monthly for their budget. Applicants also be requested to explain any zeros that they indicate in their budget for expenses. Now, why do they need to explain their zeros? If an applicant simply doesn't have an expense, like she doesn't have a car and walks everywhere, that's easy for her to explain. But we hope that this will also help us catch errors. For example, many applicants will put that they have $0 in food expenses because they're also receiving food assistance like food stamps. So instead, what they should do is list their actual estimated food expenses in the expense section and then list their food assistance amount in their income section. You can request these kinds of updates and ask questions in that confirm application eligibility stage by marking it as incomplete and asking for more information if things aren't making sense when you review it. Another change to the application this year is the removal of the marital status question. We removed this question because a very smart club chair pointed out that this doesn't actually tell us anything about the applicant besides her marital status. It doesn't tell us about her finances or even if she has a supportive partner at home to help with her dependents or financial need. We added some other questions to help clubs obtain the information that they do need. So these are the following. Are you the primary financial provider in your household? Does anyone else living in the household contribute financially? If yes, do they contribute more, less, or the same amount as you? And then what is their relation to you? Now, even after today's webinar, what do you do if you run into trouble on the portal or you just aren't sure what to do next? So first, if you're having trouble on the portal, some basic troubleshooting, make sure your internet connection is working. So try to go to another website and see if that will load. You can also try just refreshing the page. Consider using a different device. If you're logging in on your phone or tablet, sometimes the view can be wonky and it can be difficult to see everything properly, so it might be good to try it on a laptop or a computer. Similarly, you can try a different web browser. Common web browsers include Microsoft Edge, Google Chrome, and Safari. Try using a different browser and see if that helps your experience. Our team personally uses the portal with Google Chrome, and it tends to work great. You can also log out and back into your account to help with any issues, and when in doubt, reboot your device. If you try all these basic troubleshooting strategies and something's still wrong or you're confused at all, please don't panic, just reach out to us for help. We can log in as you and see what you're seeing firsthand and see any steps that you took while you were looking at applications. We also can reverse almost any action that you take within the portal. We can't unsend an email, but we can move applications back through the stages or assign them to different clubs or different chairs. So just ask for help if you need it.
Try not to be intimidated by the technology. It's not difficult to learn, and the online process is certainly convenient. The technology is there to help us all. This includes the applicant, the chair, and SIA. The resources from SIA, coupled with the online process via the portal, provides everything the chair needs to review and process the applications. And your Region Live Your Dream Chair and SIA are available to answer your questions and provide assistance at any step of the process.
We definitely are. To help prepare you for the award season, here's a YouTube playlist with helpful videos and the link to your club toolkit. Please be sure to visit the main Club Live Your Dream Awards site for additional resources. And always feel free to email liveyourdreamawards@seroptimus.org for portal support or any questions about the awards process.
The first year of the portal, I found a couple of problems. However, headquarters was easy to contact and proved very helpful to me. SIA listened to us, and the next year the portal was much easier to use. I watched the videos they provided to help me understand more how to navigate the portal.
So we'll close this portion before we transition to the interactive part of the evening. And I wanted to share this quote from Linda of SI Klamath Falls, Oregon. I've been a Seroptimist for many years. My journey as a Seroptimist has been truly inspiring. Shortly after I joined, I signed up for the Live Your Dream Awards Committee. The application process continues to be improved, and what a difference the Live Your Dream Awards portal has been for the chair and the applicant. We won't always know whose lives we touched and made better for our having cared, because actions can sometimes have unforeseen ramifications. What's important is that you do care and you act. May we continue to care and act. Thank you, Linda. That was beautiful. Okay, so thank you again, everyone. We apologize for all those blurry issues that happened. Using new technology, sometimes things happen that way, but we're going to move on to some portal misconceptions, which hopefully we've clarified some of them tonight. So I want you all to locate your reactions tab on the bottom. And if you click that, you'll see some different reactions that you can use to indicate your answer to these various questions. They're all going to be true or false. So if you think a statement I've said is true, you'll give a little thumbs up. And if you think it's false, I want you to use the little celebration icon. That's the ta-da. It looks like a little horn blasting out some confetti. So the ta-da is for false. The thumbs up is for true. So we're going to test this with a very easy one. Are you ready to play? Get your reactions ready. Okay, easy one. Oh, thank you. You're all giving a thumbs up. Great. My name is Jackie Schrager. Now, if you think that statement's true, please use the thumbs up reaction. If you think I'm lying, please use the celebration ta-da icon. Okay, great. Well, everyone knows how to find those reactions because that was a true statement. So thank you for testing that with us. Okay, so on to our real questions. Applicants will enter the club ID number in the club search to match with the club. If you think that's true, please use the thumbs up. If you think it's false, please use the ta-da. Seeing a lot of different answers. We'll give that a few more seconds. Okay, I think I mostly saw folks who got that right. This is false. Applicants will use their zip or postal code and choose a club that appears on the list. It will list those clubs at geographic distance from them, closest to furthest away. And if there are no clubs, they'll match to us at headquarters. Great, good job, everyone, with the first question. Okay, next question. Applicants can edit their application after submission if the club chair marks it as incomplete and asks for additional information. So give me that thumbs up reaction if you think that is true. If you think that is false, give the little ta-da celebration horn. All right, lots of good answers coming in. Okay, so this is true. We covered this earlier, and we also have a separate YouTube video that goes through how you can do this, but you can do that in the confirm application eligibility stage. I think we went over that when the video may have been a bit blurry, but we'll make sure you know what to do. Okay, our next statement to assess. When a club chair requests edits to an application, the club chair will be able to see the application while the woman edits it. If you think that is true, please give me a thumbs up reaction. If you think that is false, please give me that ta-da. Okay, I think pretty much this is exclusively, it looks like, oh, we're getting some different reactions in here. I wonder what that means, maybe confusion. So this is false. The application will unlock for the woman to edit when it's marked as incomplete, and then she can edit it as long as you leave it unlocked. You will not be able to see it until she goes in and resubmits it again. The application is not lost, it's not gone, you just can't see it while it's in progress. And we make a point about this one because we often have club chairs who kind of panic and are worried that they deleted it or something went wrong. You didn't do anything wrong. It just, she's in progress. She doesn't want you to see the art until it's done. So that's all that is. Okay, next slide. If I'm the club chair or president, I could go to the application portal website and just start my own account from the main page. If you think that statement is true, please give me a thumbs up. If you think that is false, please give me the ta-da response. So thumbs up if true, ta-da if false. Okay, so that statement is false. So due to confidentiality and safety concerns, we need to send you an email invitation for your first login. So we do this based on the email address that's listed on the club roster online in our database. But after that first login that you do through the invitation email, you can bookmark the link to the application portal and log in just like you would any other website. Okay, next statement. 97% of US and Canada clubs use the application portal. So if you think it's true, give me a thumbs up. If you think it's false, give me the ta-da. Okay. So this is one that we are proud to say is true. We're very proud that we've had a high adoption rate of the portal and it's increased in recent years. It's good to remember that applicants for our award on average are in their 30s and they're pretty comfortable with the online process. If we want to give more awards and reach our big goal of investing in the dreams of 500,000 women and girls through access to education, we have to go where the eligible women are, and that's the internet. So I'm proud of you all for being here tonight and learning more about the portal. So unfortunately, the sound's not playing, but what Judy is saying is that last year, 70% of their applicants that their club received came through the portal and came from a search that they did online to find the award. So it's important to be where the applicants are. Okay, we can go to the next slide. So true or false, you need to be tech savvy to be able to use the portal as a club chair. If you think that's true, give me a thumbs up. If you think it's false, give me the ta-da. I'm seeing the crying, laughing reaction from someone who maybe doesn't feel like they're tech savvy, but they're probably doing a great job anyway. Okay, so you can go to next, excuse me. This statement is false, and we hope that you know that now. All you need is some basic computer knowledge, and we're here to help you every step of the way. I promise you that you have some peers here tonight who have been club chairs who would not describe themselves as tech savvy or computer geniuses. If you are confused by accessing the internet at all, or you don't have a computer or internet at home, then I would say that maybe being the Live Your Dream Awards chair is not the right position for you. If that's the case, then you could certainly designate someone else as the chair and you can assist. But if you check your email regularly, feel comfortable using a web browser, and are willing to ask for help when you run into an issue or confusion, we will make sure that you can use the portal effectively.
Try not to be intimidated by the technology. It's not difficult to learn, and the online process is certainly convenient. The technology is there to help us all. This includes the applicant, the chair, and SIA. The resources from SIA, coupled with the online process via the portal, provides everything the chair needs to review and process the applications. And your Region Live Your Dream Chair and SIA are available to answer your questions and provide assistance at any step of the process.
Okay, great. So we have now reached the question and answer session portion of our evening. We will go a little bit over since we spent some time working on tech issues. So if you have to run, that's totally fine. Again, this will be taped and you can always email us later for questions. I'd like to go over some quick ground rules. Please keep your questions brief and in that Q&A box. please don't type them in the chat. There's just too much going on in the chat for us to be able to answer them effectively there. Please try to keep it focused on the Live Your Dream Award portal specifically. And if you have a super specific question that's definitely just unique to your club, please email us and we can help with that later. But now Sarah is going to come on screen and help me answer some of these questions. So I know we have plenty. I see that people have been very active and I really appreciate that. So while we wait for Sarah to get started, I'll handle some of the ones that I'm seeing here. So common question is, are paper applications still acceptable, or is there a way for me to be able to upload paper applications to the portal? I've seen that one a lot. So I'll take that one, Sarah, and then you can ask the next one or take the next one. So paper applications are still acceptable. If you have someone who applies who only wants to apply via PDF email, or wants to handwrite a question, or excuse me, wants to handwrite her answers to the essay questions or something like that, that's fine. We're not telling anyone to not do that because we know it's not accessible for everyone. However, we would really encourage if she does have internet access to apply on the portal, so you have it all in one space. Unfortunately, as of this time, there's no way to upload paper applications to your portal, so you won't have them all in one spot, but you're certainly welcome to accept them. And your club can choose to accept off-portal applications after that November 15th deadline. But just bear in mind, you do have to report your impact to SIA by February, either 1st or 15th, depending on your region. So back it out from there. You probably don't want to be taking applications on January 15th if you need to report by February 1st.
Okay, sorry about that, everyone. I was having some technical difficulties. Seems like a theme for the night. Okay, so we had a few questions regarding co-chairs. So how is access handled for co-chairs?
Yeah, so we know that some clubs do choose to do co-chairs. Unfortunately, we are not able to have two folks enter the portal for the same club at this time. If you have someone you want to designate as your go-to club chair for the portal for access, you can do that. And then from there, she can download the applications and share them with you if you're the alternate chair. And we also can change that at any time. So let's say your co-chairs, because you know, the other co-chair is going to be moving away for several months. They're going to Florida for the winter, right? If you know that that's the case, we can change the chair on the back end so that you'll then be able to access the application portal.
Okay, so we had a few questions about confidentiality. So let's see, so many great questions. So how do I sign the confidentiality agreement, and how do my judges sign as well?
Great question. So if you are a club chair, if you're the person with portal access, for each application, you will click yes to keeping their application confidential. It's the same text that's in that PDF confidentiality agreement that we previously had you sign. Nothing's changed. We just want you to sign yes for that. The reason we made that change is that last year, a lot of folks had a really difficult time with accessing the form, or it didn't update in time and things like that. So we've switched over to each time you get an application, you'll just go, oh, Sarah Detweiler. Yes, I will keep her information confidential. You'll click submit, mark as complete, and move it forward to the next stage where you'll then be able to see the whole application. For judges or anyone in your club who is not having portal access, we have a confidentiality agreement that they can sign, and you just keep that in your club records and just remind them of the basics of keeping things confidential. If they do print off or are looking at any applications on their computer, please delete them at the end of the cycle. If they printed them, please shred them, and don't share anything that they've read. Of course, that should go without saying, but we want to make sure that folks understand what we're asking them to do.
Great. Well, you just answered the next question that I was going to read. Was I'm concerned about privacy when downloading and printing applications. So how is this usually handled? So is there anything else you wanted to add to that?
No, but I really appreciate and applaud your caution. It's always good to be concerned when we have people's personal information. If you are really concerned, what you can always do is a little bit old school and just use a Sharpie to black out any personal information except maybe someone's first name, but not include any identifying information. That's what we do with our judging at headquarters. Once it gets up to the federation level, we redact information.
Okay, so we had a few questions about like PDF off portal applications. So here's one of them. Our club
So Sarah, I
participants.
actually answered that while you were getting ready. So
Oh, sorry about
yep,
that.
so we're all good with that.
Thank
Yep.
you. Perfect, perfect. Sorry, I was distracted with technology. Okay, let's see. So many great questions. So if a woman reports that someone else in the home provides as much financial support as she does, is she still eligible?
So if it's the same amount as her, she would not be eligible. She does need to be the primary financial provider for the household. So that's definitely something where if I were the club chair and I saw that, like if they answered, equal amounts in that little added new section of questions, in terms of how much someone else is providing, I would send them a message, mark their application incomplete, and then ask for more information. Like, is it really truly equal? Do you earn more? Are you bringing in more? And really dig into their budget section to see if there's some more information there. Because again, some of this is new for our applicants. Even with these changes we've made, it still might be confusing. So you might have to just ask for more info there.
Okay, so another question we have is about AI. So we have an app that was clearly written by an AI. Is this widespread? And do you have any recommendations about finding out whether it's a real person?
So this I always say every year, someone's going to ask me something I've never heard before, because we tend to get a lot of the same questions over and over. So congratulations. This is maybe the first new question this year. So in terms of AI, I would give just a couple of caveats and cautions. I'm not an AI expert at all, but from what I've read, any sort of like software that might be tracking if something is an AI response is more likely to flag something if it's written in sort of a formal or, overly official way. So someone who might be a little bit like more formal and polite might be writing an essay that sounds like it was written by AI, but maybe that's just their writing style. Just that caveat there. Now, if you're like, absolutely not, I know a computer wrote this, I would follow up with their references. We do encourage clubs to call the references that are listed, and each reference should have a phone number that's listed and viewable to you. If you're having any trouble with that, please let me know, and we'll be happy to follow up and help.
Okay, so location questions. One is, I received an application, however, it is from an applicant in Louisiana and my club is located in Oregon. How do I handle this situation?
Yeah. So first, please email us, and we'll take a look into that and see if there's anything on the back end that might be set up incorrectly. But when that happens, it's usually that the applicant is taking classes or going to be enrolling in a school that is in your club's area. So maybe if they don't currently live there, but they're going to be moving to Oklahoma, in order to pursue their bachelor's degree. So they might be preemptively applying for scholarships in that area. But send us an email. We'll check out the back end just to make sure nothing's wonky.
Okay, and what about transgender women or people who identify as women? Do they qualify?
Yes. So all women are eligible to apply for the award as long as they meet the other requirements. They have to be the primary financial provider. They have to have at least one financial dependent. They have to have financial need and be enrolled in some kind of vocational training program or undergraduate degree. And they can't already have a graduate degree.
So what if an application is sent on November 15th, but needs to be updated after November 15th? How is this handled?
Yeah, so as the club chair, you are welcome to mark that application as incomplete and ask for additional information at any time, including after the deadline. Also note, if you have an applicant, let's say they applied November 10th, you're reviewing their application and you ask them to make updates, but they still haven't resubmitted by the 15th, don't worry. Their application will remain open and they will be able to resubmit it once they've completed all that info. I would recommend, though, if it's close to the deadline or after the deadline when you're reviewing the applications for eligibility, in that little email that you can customize for them, just add some information about, hey, it would be great if you could send this back by November 30th. Give them another deadline to respond by, just so you know that they're not just too busy with finals or something, that they're going to get back to you hopefully and fill that out.
And just to piggyback on that too, that's why it's also very helpful to have the downloaded application so you can follow up with them too, since Sometimes, people get busy with classes and everything and will forget to resubmit it. So that's always very helpful. Okay, so if you think a reference has made an error in their ratings, do you return the application as incomplete?
So that's a great question. You would not do that at that time, but I would suggest calling the reference. The reason for that is that the applicant on their end cannot see at all what the reference is, right? They can see like, oh, I asked Sarah to write me a reference. She did. It's complete now. That's all they can see. But they can't see Sarah wrote like, Jackie gets 5 out of 5 stars or whatever it might be. Sometimes we know that the references will mark someone as all 1s instead of all 5s. We do have a pop-up that warns them like, hey, you did this. Was that a mistake? Because it's a fairly common one. But sometimes people just don't notice it. And that could be the device they're on, the browser they're on, we're not sure why. So I would just follow up with them, send them a quick phone call or an email. We recommend phone calls if you can with the references, just because it's good then to confirm, this is the person who they say they are, and get to hear their responses to those questions.
And we can always update the application too, if that's helpful. You can just send it to us. And we can make the updates that way, it's all on the same application. Especially it's helpful when you send it to judges and everything.
Excellent point. Yeah.
Okay.
I think we'll take one more question, Sarah, just so we're getting people out of here. Only 10 minutes late.
Yes. There's so many great ones. Let's see. Let's see. There was another question about the references and why only one is available, or sorry, one is required.
Yes. So we made this change, and just so you know, all of these changes we made, we did surveys with last year and the year before's Live Your Dream Award and program chairs, as well as some governors, to get their input on, hey, do you think this would be a good idea to make these changes? I am not sitting alone here at SAA going, I'm going to change that on the application. We always want your feedback and input since you are the ones on the ground really doing the program. But back to the question, we made this change in part because we noticed, and we had a lot of clubs who would reach out to us and go, hey, I've been working with Alyssa on her application. She's got such a strong application, but only one of her references answered. The other one just is, out of the country right now. What can we do? And previously we were kind of like, we can download her application and send it to you and you can judge it off portal when she gets that second reference in. But that was kind of the only option that we had for folks at that time. So we changed it so only one is required. We do note on the application for women, 2 will likely make your application stronger because you can give a more well-rounded picture of who you are, maybe a professor, someone you work with, or someone who knows you personally or through your children's school, but only one is required at this point. So once one of the references is complete, the woman has the option to go in and submit her application. She can wait for the second one to be done and then do it at that time, but no one should be penalized for only having one reference. Okay. I would love to answer all these questions all night, but please, if you had a question and you feel like we did not answer it, or you're just lost in the wilderness, please send us an email, lydawards@seroptimus.org, and we will get back to you. Again, I do apologize for the blurriness issues earlier in the evening. We will take that into consideration for future events and webinars, and we appreciate you helping us learn as we go. We have a quick video to close out with, and we want to just thank you so much for your Seroptimus service and being here tonight. Bye, everyone.
On behalf of the Fundraising Council, I want to thank you for taking the time to participate in this webinar today. Today's attendees are from the United States and Canada, since currently we can only provide access to the Live Your Dream portal in the English language. However, it is our goal to make sure that this is offered to all languages so that we can reach the women that we need to help through our Live Your Dream Awards. It's essential that expanding our application portal will be necessary in order to help us meet our big goal, and we need your support to help make this possible. If you would like to make a one-time or an ongoing monthly gift to help make this portal available in all languages, I invite you to click onto the link that's available in the chat. Will you do that for me? As always, I thank you, we thank you for all that you do for our organization and for the women and girls around the globe. Thank you.